All right, guys, welcome to my kitchen.
That's my kitchen.
Just kidding. It's Kenny's kitchen. So welcome to
Kenny's Cantina, eating in style on the road. Today we have Kisha Sierra with us. You can follow her on Instagram at Kisha Sierra. She's an up-and-coming actress, one of the people we run into in the RV park. And I cooked for her the other night, and so tonight she's cooking for me the Belizean stew. I'm going to learn something new, and I love to learn.
So excited.
So thank you for cooking.
Yes, absolutely.
And welcome to my cocina.
Thank you, Senor Kenny. All right, guys, so just to give you a little info, here is what we have going on right now, the ingredients that we are going to be using. Jumping ahead a little bit, I already chopped up some of the pork. Okay, and
there's
there's
about 6 pounds of pork.
And cut into, you said?
1-inch squares.
Yep.
1-inch squares.
So the smaller that you cut them, the faster it cooks.
Okay.
It does take a long time to cook, but also the smaller you cut them, the more it'll disintegrate, so don't go crazy little, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now, we love to use dark and white meat for the pork.
Okay.
Just because some people like different stuff. But you can do whatever. Doesn't really matter. The whiter, like if you were to use like pork chops or a tenderloin, not the bits, but just tenderloin,
right,
then it'll be more like a flaky pork.
Okay.
Whereas like this, it's to me, it's just a better texture. I enjoy it better.
It's going to maintain its consistency. Is it going to be a little more stringy than flaky?
No, it actually doesn't come out stringy at all, but the flaky one kind of comes out stringy.
Okay.
Yeah, so then that's why I'm like, nah.
Okay.
It kind of gets dry.
And texture can matter a lot as to what you're looking for.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people are all about texture too.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And that's why I like to do both.
Yeah, and talk about the spice that you put on top.
Yes. So we use sazon Goya with culantro and achiote, which I was just educated.
We just read the parentheses underneath. So it's coriander and annatto.
And so I had no idea that culantro was coriander, and here I was telling Kenny, I was like, oh, you can't find it here in the States, you know, it's like so unheard of, but no, it's not actually, it's just coriander. In Belize, we call it culantro. And typically in Belize, I would be using ricotta, which has already culantro in it.
Okay.
But we'd add to it, and then
is that a paste?
It's a paste, yeah, and that's the big difference. Is so the paste is you end up, instead of sprinkling it like I am right here first to get on the pork, I would actually put a little bit of the paste at the bottom of the bowl. I would add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce.
Okay.
And
break up the paste.
Exactly. And maybe a little bit of vinegar also. Okay. And just kind of get it to become more watery.
So it's more of a wet rub than a dry rub.
Exactly. And you could make this into a wet rub if you wanted to, right? Because I could have done it like that and just added it. But I like the convenience of just being able to sprinkle it on.
There you go.
Why
that
not?
Works.
Yeah. So
we're all about convenience.
That's right. So not that you need to here in this kitchen, because it's a full-size kitchen. I mean, wow. I love our bus, but we're in love with Kenny's place now.
Thank you.
We want to move in with him.
Yeah, and you can find this type of stuff in the Latin aisle at most grocery stores.
Exactly, yeah.
So
even Walmart has it, I think, sometimes. Okay. Yeah, so really awesome little guy right here. If you can't get ricotta, which you can't here in the States, this is what you get. And so I sprinkled some of it on after chopping up the pork. Now it's been sitting there for a little bit. Now we're about to move on to the pot. And one of the things that we do use instead of any kind of oil is coconut oil.
Okay.
It's very important that you stick to this. It really just helps with the whole flavor. Really doesn't matter which brand. I mean, I don't care. Ana Luisa or something like that is my favorite one, and I couldn't find it.
Okay.
So I got this one, but it's just as good.
And we're using a big stock pot.
Big old stock pot, right?
I use this thing for everything.
Do you really?
I do.
Oh my God, I love it. Ours is like down to here.
Yeah. Well, when I make gumbo and they got some of the fruit of that, I actually ended up, this whole thing was totally full.
Oh my God.
The second day I had to go buy more meat and put more meat in it. I kind of like went a little over on the broth.
Oh,
so I had to add more meat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where were we?
You're right.
What's going on,
Sorry,
Kenny?
you got a little bit.
We did actually. It was really delicious. We've had Kenny's gumbo. We've had his crab cakes, his yum yum sauce, which I get to watch him make
Yeah, I'm
tonight.
gonna make that tonight.
So excited. His green salsa. That's off the hook.
Thank you. That'll be an upcoming episode. The
2-minute salsa.
2-minute salsa.
The 2-minute salsa.
The chihuahua.
The
Which is going to
chihuahuas.
be, the chihuahua is a cocktail, and my next episode is going to be guacamole, and I'm going to make the chihuahua
The chunky
to go with
guacamole.
it. The chunky
Yes.
guacamole
Yeah.
that'll
Yeah.
go with it.
True story. Yesterday, we were filming an audition, and it was a very tough one. It was callback, and it was so stressful. I was screaming the whole time. I mean, I was stabbing people. It was crazy. And when we got done with it all, I was like, oh my God, I need a chihuahua. So we came to see Kenny, and he hooked me up with 2 of them.
Yeah, well, you know, you got to have them. You got to have them.
Oh, I had a great night after that.
Cool.
It was awesome. So yes.
So cool. So we're
we're
going
gonna
to dump
use
them.
this.
Oh, we're going to put
Yep.
the oil in first.
So we start off with the oil. Basically, you just want to create a good base.
And
That's
you
gonna
said
happen.
you want that pretty deep. We may need
Yes.
a little bigger. Let's
It will
start
be.
out.
It'll be a faster process if we use the bigger.
Part of this is, let's start with a cup. Do like a half a cup.
Okay.
See, part of this process, she's just like me. She doesn't have recipes written down. So I have my trusty recipe notepad, and I am writing down quantities as we do it.
And you're gonna have to give me that because I actually have people that ask me all the time for the
I will.
recipe.
Don't worry, it will be on his website at
That's
right.
ibcproductions.com. Right?
That's right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this going.
How
Awesome.
low do you want?
Beautiful. That's great, actually.
Okay.
Right there for now. Yep.
Cool.
Great. Nice. Okay. And
So what's that, about a medium flame, low flame?
it's about a medium.
Okay.
It's about a medium. And RV stoves, you got to kind of
Yes.
like play with them. Like there's a trick on this one. I can put it, because the low, if you look, the low's not overly low. But if I come back the other way and like almost turn it off, I can get it a lot lower,
Oh, wait.
right?
Oh.
As opposed to that, I can,
So
I can like
passing
trick
the
it.
high.
Yeah, passing the eye and not quite turn up. But you want to keep an eye that your flame doesn't go out.
Right.
But you can like lower it down a little more that way.
Ours doesn't do that, does it?
It may, we haven't played tricks like that.
Yeah. I don't think we played with it enough. So I want that to be just a little bit warm before I start throwing this in here, right?
Okay.
And so that's almost a cup, and we're gonna need a little more than that.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a cup.
A cup.
And this is for now, again, 6 pounds
Right.
of meat. So
Cool.
yeah. There you go. You see it melting away.
Cool. Yeah. So it's melting in there. It turns into a liquid.
Yes. And depending on where you live or how high your AC is whether your coconut oil will actually be white or clear.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, because it just depends. It coagulates very quickly and it turns
Right.
white, so it's kind of funny.
Cool.
Yep. Then, great. So now we have that going a little bit, and then I just grab a pinch
Okay. So
of
that
brown
is
sugar.
just a pinch. So
Just a little
that pinch is
pinch.
about a teaspoon.
Uh-huh. Just about, yep.
A little pinch more there.
Yep.
We'll put a teaspoon
Yep.
Plus,
of brown sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I saw another pinch there, so I threw a teaspoon plus.
I think that's, yeah. I think
That's-
so. That's one.
Yeah. It's
That's one.
Her,
He was
her
being
first pinch
generous
was
before,
little.
yeah.
All right, we'll give it to her.
Yes. And
And
then
it's Brian, her husband, on the camera
Yes.
behind the scenes here.
he's the best, of course. Wow, so I'm married.
Okay.
All right, so then let's just get that out of the way so we can do
Are you
this
going to
easy.
need the lid for that pot?
No,
Okay.
no, not yet. So
But you
now,
will.
yes,
Okay. We'll
Definitely.
set that over there then.
perfect. And whoop. So now what we want to do is sprinkle a little bit of. See how it's already turning brown right away.
Right. Okay, so that's 2 tablespoons.
Let's see the
I mean,
brown. Can we see the brown?
Teaspoons. Mm-hmm.
a little tilt right there. There's a brown already. Look at that. That's what you're looking for.
So two, and it's the oil that's turning brown. 2 teaspoons garlic powder.
Yep. And then we start to put the
That's cool. Rather than dump it, you're putting it in. That's getting it a little brown as you go.
Yep. It's sort of like sealing the seasoning on there as well, which is really kind of neat.
Sear meat as it goes in. Ooh, that's smelling good already.
Right?
You're going to love this, Kenny.
This is good.
Oh, you're going to love it.
This does leave a permanent smell on your butt, so I hope you like it.
It will smell like it for at least a
4
day.
days.
That was a day. You're like 4.
JT gave me his thieves.
Yes.
Essence oil, so he says that'll cut anything. So.
Oh yes, it really does. It's actually really delicious. He makes a good one. Makes a really good one.
Yeah, that's JT Campos. He plays Boza on the show Queen of the South.
And so now you just want to kind of like, get it.
So now will you take it out as okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because otherwise,
so it'll just pile up.
Yeah, and that's why I said, like, you can use actual garlic, like cloves, chopped up, but it'll end up burning if you do that.
Okay, so we're going to sear it, and then we're going to pull them out and just keep going until we have them all seared.
That's right.
And then we'll put them all in.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so another thing, too, is like when we're doing this, sometimes because now you're adding something cold, right, to it.
Right.
You have to turn up the heat a little bit just so that it keeps up that same.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, then it just kind of expels all the juices, and that's kind of not what you are aiming for, even though it'll still be delicious. And we're drinking beers from around the world. I'm drinking Peroni, that's Italian.
I'm doing Texas beer.
I'm doing California beer, Sierra Nevada Paleo.
And later, we're going to have a Belizean cocktail.
Oh, yeah.
We can't start on it too early.
No.
And let's not give it away yet, because it is, well, I'm going to give it away. I'm notorious for this.
He is. Spoiler alert.
And I'm just going to give you a big hint. It is the #1 served drink in Belize, especially the tourists. Yep. So gringos like me and Kenny get over toxic with these things because they go down like candy water.
Yep.
So yeah, that coconut oil has I haven't done a lot of cooking with coconut oil, but there's a distinct smell that I know is going to translate into the meat.
It's very aromatic. Yeah.
It is.
Definitely. And that's what I mean by, like, if you do other oils, it just kind of like, I mean, it's still good, but it's no longer Belizean stew.
Right.
It's just some kind of stew.
Yeah, you have to be the same from the island.
Exactly.
Cool.
And so...
And then we'll get a shot of this when it comes out so they can see.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to take a break here because this is going to be quite the process to cook 6 pounds of meat. You want to sear it, remove it,